Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the New York Jets. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Watch for the 7. Exit. Check safety. Man, 80. Switch it. Come on, switch. Pilot, 64, weak. Out. Walk, lady. Here we go.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Bell. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
We own them. Check 4.
Now Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A good lane to run there for Bell as he'll get about 7 on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 39, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on the opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Bell. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. And his kick is indeed good. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Hands up, leave! Come on, D.
Here's Dalton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
57, Mike, 57. Get that quarterback at all costs. 57 the Mike. 368. Let's get the ball. 57's the Mike.
Andy Dalton. And Eifert has it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally. You know, the best game of quarterback Andy Dalton's career arguably came against these Jets. He threw 5 touchdown passes and a 49-9 shellacking of Gang Green back in 2013. complete. It's Green here. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Green 18. Switch. There you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Hey, zoom.
From midfield here, Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Yeah, I think he's locked in.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Passing, it's Dalton. Got a man open, it's Ross. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. To throw again on second down. Dalton, and the catch good. It's Eifert. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Watch time. Tight end right. 4 down.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
He was brought down by Ja'Kai Polite. A pickup of 2.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Heads up, 318!
Let's go, one more! Watch twist!
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The tackle there by Brian Poole. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Joe Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Don't get nervous.
Now Dalton. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. On 2nd and 15 now. Darnold on the catch. It's Crowder. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
Here goes Hunt. Mike 57. Cut.
To the air again, Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Ready? 57. Mike 57. Watch the run. Shift. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Chris Herndon. Incomplete. A.J. Boyer on the cover.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hot! You need keys!
On first down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second down 6 at the 44-yard line.
It's 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Watch the ship.
368.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Green brings it in. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. And an alley to run. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
57's Mike.
Here's Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Caught by his tight end, Wesco. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
On first down, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check. Check 31. Check 31.
Red 80.
Now it's Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Darnold now Hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
57's the mic. Hey, wahoo!
To throw is Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
57
Bravo!
Stop your whining. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Darnold now to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A draw play for Mixon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Jets 6.
Double. 49, check 49, check 49. Here you go, Ken.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
On 2nd and very short. Dalton. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Ja'Kai Polite. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
First and 10.
Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey. Tight dog.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Got a man open. It's Ross. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Preston Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, come on out here.
Third and long, it's Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Hot! We need team!
Watch the pass. 57. Mike, 57.
Here we go, Cam! Hey, help!
To throw on third down. Dalton. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
You don't know no better.
Deuce.
Hey, help!
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's Matt Weil now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hatchet. Kill.
Hey, turn it up. Check 37.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
At the 18-yard line.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and inches, Darnold is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Here we go, son. So 80.
Check pass.
Hey, team 6.
Come on. 57's the mic. Watch 57. All day, every day.
And 80.
57. Mike.
On first down, Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. A little juke. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting. And even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Bell, and the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Cincinnati, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Jets, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner.